Good evening and welcome to Coach's Corner with Jay, featuring Seminole head football coach Jay Sarcosta. Host for Coach's Corner, Lance LaFollette. We'll be right back with Lance and Coach Jay.
Thinking of building, buying, or remodeling? We can help with the cash you need at Woodsfield Savings and Loan, 105 West Court Street. We offer prompt, expert service and make every attempt to avoid red tape. We make it easy to obtain a mortgage loan or to receive a construction loan for the house of your dreams. Come to Woodsfield Savings and Loan for help with your future as we prepare for our future facility and services. A new location, drive-through convenience and checking, but that same personal attention you've always counted on from Woodsfield Savings and Loan.
The Ford Factory Clearance Sale is going on now at Knowlton Ford Mercury with only a few 95s left and rebates up to $2,000. All 95 demos will be sold. Knowlton's offers low interest rates, award-winning service after the sale, and no high-pressure salespeople. Let Knowlton's know your transportation needs in new and used cars and trucks. Tell them what you're looking for and what price. They'll do the shopping for you. Call Knowlton Ford Mercury, 472-0783.
The F.W. Shoemaker Insurance Agency was established in 1903. They have 3 agents and 3 customer service representatives to give you the kind of service you deserve. Being an independent insurance agency means they represent different companies, allowing them to compare for you. For all of your insurance needs, auto, home, life, bonds, business, or farms, contact F.W. Shoemaker Insurance Agency at 472-0876.
Good evening and welcome to Coach's Corner. This is your host, Lance LaFollette. Tonight we'll be talking with Coach about last Friday evening's exciting 21-20 victory over Shadyside, looking at some excellent highlights, talking to a few stars of the game, and we'll even have a special guest interviewer to look at Tulsa this week. Coach, great game the other night, especially from a fan standpoint. I didn't think anybody left early. A little too close for comfort at times, I'm sure. But all together, a big win for us.
Yeah, it was a big win, Lance. And as you say, it was a great game from the fan standpoint. There was a lot of scoring, a lot of action, and right down to the last minute. As far as a coach or a player standpoint, you don't like to be in one of those type of games, but yet if you're in one, you like to win them instead of losing. It was a tough game to have to lose. Shadyside has a nice football team, and their kids played hard, and they played pretty well, and I know it was tough for them to lose, but it was a great game for us to win, and it did go down to the wire, and we weren't real happy with the first half, the way things went, especially defensively. They were moving the ball at will, and they did a lot of things that we didn't expect or didn't want them to do. In the second half, I felt at halftime going in, we were gaining a little momentum. In the second half, we came out and we did a much better job, although we did break down a few times, but we got a little bit of pressure. We didn't get a lot of sacks. We got a little more pressure on their quarterback, made him hurry his passes a little bit. On some, he was off target, and then our defensive secondary didn't lay back quite as much. They stepped up, made some big interceptions, and we did a real nice job defensively. We had 3 interceptions in the second half, 1 in the first half, for a total of 4, which makes for a pretty good defensive effort. We did move the football on offense. There were a couple times we didn't get it in the end zone. One time we turned it over. Another time we had a penalty, and that could have really put the icing on the cake and kind of put them away, so to speak. But nevertheless, we kept them pinned up in their own territory most of the fourth quarter, a lot of the second half, and we got the job done. And I guess it's better to win by 1 than it is lose by 1. So it was a big win for us. I think Shadyside is going to be a football team. It's going to win a lot of games throughout the course of the year.
Would I be wrong to maybe credit a little bit of that win to conditioning? I know the other evening, watching the game, there were several Shadyside players that went down. Seemed like a lot more than normal with cramps, and it didn't seem like we had a whole lot of that problem. Was this a big factor at the end of the game as far as us coming out?
Yeah, I would have to say conditioning played a big role, and we've tried to place a lot of emphasis on conditioning. It's been real tough this season, more than any other season in the last 25 years, to try to get the players in shape because it's been so hot. and you have to kind of back off a little bit when you get in that kind of weather, but yet you're a little concerned about whether you're in good enough shape. But I'll tell you, the last couple weeks on our heavy days, Tuesday and Wednesday, the kids have worked real hard, and I think we've done a lot of extra conditioning, and no doubt that paid off as far as Friday night was concerned in the second half. Now, it doesn't mean that our players weren't tired. They were, because they played hard, and there was a lot of hard hitting going on, but I think we might have been just a little better conditioned than what they were, and that paid dividends for us in the second half.
I think it did show up. We'll be right back to talk with a couple of the stars of the game from Friday night's big win.
These days, it seems like everyone is looking for a bargain. You can spend a lot of time shopping for high quality and low prices, even for gasoline. Redhead in Woodsfield has 100% pure gasoline at low, low prices. While you're there, save on car care products, including oil, fluids, additives, and more. Soft drinks are discounted every day at the Redhead. Stock up on your favorite pop and snacks. Even Fido gets a break with Champion dog food at big, big savings. So stop at the Redhead today and save. At Respect's Food Market, we're proud of all we do. From our humble beginning in Woodsfield in 1929, we've grown to several stores throughout the Ohio Valley. We strive to combine the same small-town friendliness with the buying power of the chain store to give you, our friends and customers, the best of both worlds. And we take pride in our community, its people, and their accomplishments. We're proud to support all county schools and wish the Monroe Central Seminoles the best of luck. We're proud of all we do at Respect's Food Market, and Seminoles, we're proud of you.
Welcome back to the show. Our first guest this evening is senior Luke Shoemaker. Luke's a fullback, linebacker, and brother-in-law of mine. Luke, senior year, seems like you've been playing ball forever for Coach Sarcosta. Feel any added pressure this year being the last year?
Well, there's always pressure coming into every season, and it's our senior year. We've been working hard in preseason camps, and we're just taking one game at a time. The pressure's going to be there every week to do the job, and hopefully we can just keep avoiding that pressure and looking up to the games and working hard and taking one game at a time and winning.
Luke, Shadyside last year, this year, had big games. I think scored 4 touchdowns last year against them, a lot of rushing yards and a couple big scores this year. What's the deal as far as, is there something extra there that you strive for?
Well, we're always pretty much fired up for Shadyside, being one of our tougher games, pretty big rival. And of course, the Lions, they're doing just an excellent job for me, and especially last year and this year, those 2 games, they've done an excellent job blocking. There was holes there pretty much all night to where I could run, and I credit all that to my line. And the other backs in the backfield too, Dustin and Will and Eric, they did an excellent job in the backfield blocking for me too.
Okay. Coach, what can you put us up to with Luke?
Well, Lance, Luke's been around a long time. He, along with Dustin, as I mentioned last week, broke into the starting lineup offensively about midway through their freshman year. They got to see a lot of playing time, and they just got better and better each week. And, as we mentioned also earlier, Luke provides the inside power punch to the offense as far as the running game is concerned, and Dustin provides the outside perimeter game. But, as you've seen many times throughout the course of this year already, and then also in past years, Luke looks like maybe he's down, but he drags people. He's hard to bring down. He runs hard. And, he's the kind of guy you want inside to get you those inside yards, and that's what opens up the outside. And that makes it nice that the defense can't key on any one individual. You've got Luke inside, Dustin outside, and Will and Eric don't get a lot of carries because of Dustin and Luke's ability and talent, but when they do, they're capable of breaking it too. So he provides a lot of strength inside. As far as defense is concerned, he stabilizes the defense by his position at inside linebacker, and time again he comes up with the big tackles, does an outstanding job on the go games. We like not to have him go all the time, but when he does go, he makes a difference, and he provides something of a spark to our defense and gives opponents fits as far as their offense is concerned. He has nice size, and he got a little banged up this past week, and we're hoping that he's able to get back 100% this week, because when he's at 100% offensively and defensively, he's something to reckon with. And I think you're going to see a lot more from Luke as far as offense and defense the rest of this year.
Okay. Well, Luke, I want to congratulate you on what you've done so far. I appreciate you coming on the show. Good luck next week, and hopefully we'll get you back on here before the season's over.
All right, thanks.
We'll be right back with our second guest.
Don't let the hot weather fool you. It's time to think about winterizing your home. Truck on down to Woodsfield True Value for big savings on fiberglass insulation, vinyl siding, and roofing shingles, now through September 9th. And save 40% off on all trees and shrubs. And for around those trees, shrubs, and perennials, premium hardwood mulch for only 99 cents a bag. Hurry to Woodsfield True Value and save big on those fall projects inside and outside your home.
Let Swiss Lands Realty help you find what you need. A beautifully landscaped lawn surrounds this house in Woodsfield. The property is on 2 lots and has a huge 2-stall garage. Inside, this 3-bedroom ranch has 2.5 baths, a large living room, kitchen dining area, a storage room, and a utility room. New cool vent windows and new doors, another big plus. Beautifully maintained, this home is ready for you to unlock the door and move in. We take listings on all types of property at Swiss Lands Realty, 472-0614.
We're back with junior Robbie Trigg, strong safety. Robbie, big game the other night. A lot of real nice hits, big interception late in the game. I want to congratulate you on a nice job. This is your first year back there in the secondary. What do you prefer, playing against a team that runs more or a passing team?
Well, I prefer more of a passing team because it gives me more of a chance to make a big play, make a big hit, or get an interception.
You've had a real chance these first 2 weeks. We've run up against a couple teams that have thrown the ball an awful lot. Made a real nice interception there late in the game to stop a drive, and I believe you brought it back to about the 10-yard line. Enabled us to run a lot of time off the clock, and not only that, several big hits throughout the game. Coach, Robbie been coming along?
He sure has, Lance. In fact, when you look back at last year, he was pretty green and he didn't get a lot of playing time. This year, we started working him in our passing scrimmages that we had this summer at the strong safety position, and he got a good bit of work, secondary work and coverage work. And after the first couple scrimmages, we saw some improvement, and he's continuing to improve each and every week. And last week he came up with a couple big hits and big interception just at the time when we needed it. So I think he's getting comfortable with that position, and we hope that he continues to improve. He's seeing basically all of his playing time on defense, but we're also in practice working him a little bit on offense. Who knows when we might need him to jump in there. Right now we seem to have the backs that we have some depth there on offense, but defensively we're real pleased with the type of job that he's doing. If I had one area that I'd like to see him improve even more in, that would be in run support and come up just a little bit faster. So he's liable to get that opportunity this week, playing against more a run-oriented team than a pass-oriented team. But I'm real pleased and proud of Rob the way he's been performing over the first 2 weeks.
Rob, I want to wish you luck this next week and actually for the rest of the season. Had some real nice plays already, and we're only 2 weeks into the season, so we're looking for big things from you for the rest of the season. Thanks for being on the show. Like I said, good luck.
Thanks.
We'll be right back to take a look at some highlights from the big win over Shadyside.
A-O-O-S, Bulls! Let's go! Let's go!
Just like the Monroe Central Seminoles, you can be a winner at Loveday Motors.
Win big with Loveday's large selection of new or used cars, trucks, and vans. Win big with service after the sale. Loveday's in Woodsfield takes pride in their community and in their dedication to serving you.
Be a winner at Loveday Motors. Bellwood
Drugs is your locally owned full-service discount price drugstore. Call 472-0417 for 24-hour emergency service. We'll be here for you. Delivery and mail-out services are available. We stock wheelchairs, hospital beds, canes, crutches, and other accessories. Retirees ask Joe or Tom about our hassle-free Aetna prescription service. As a leader chain store, we bring you bargain prices on an assortment of products every month. Don't forget to bring us your photo finishing with 24-hour service. Bellwood Drugs, people you know and people you can trust with your health. For almost any size job, the area's most extensive fastener display is at Ager Hardware. Small engine belts in all sizes, too. And it's that time of the year for Oregon chains and bars and, of course, hunting licenses, shells, and accessories. Home improvements are easy with the large inventory of electrical and plumbing supplies and standard bathroom fixtures. A full line of kitchen and laundry appliances are always in stock. Custom paints for interior and exterior fall fix-ups. Special services, screen repair and glass cutting. Car wax and car care products, bikes of all kinds, and just arrived vent-free and kerosene heaters. Eggers, much more than a hardware store.
Coach, Luke Shoemaker picks up 19 yards on the first play of the game.
Yeah, here we run our what we call Redskin Special, which is like a little counter play with Luke. He eludes a couple tacklers here, keeps his balance, and does a nice job at picking up good yardage early on.
Joe Kress hooks up with Keith Lazier for 27 yards.
And last week we ran a lot out of the wishbone formation. Here we're in the wishbone. We fake the inside belly, and Joe lofts one to Keith, and he gets bounced out of bounds, but setting up our first touchdown.
Luke Shoemaker gets the Seminoles on the board early.
And here Joe reverses out and hands off to Luke off the left side. Straight power play, and he takes it in for 6.
Joe Kress comes up with a big hit on D.
Now the run and shoot formation, they run a little counter action, and Joe comes up from his safety position, good reaction, and puts a nice stick.
Seminoles' first punt of the year is a good one.
The kicking game is extremely important, and here we get a nice punt from Eric Kramer. Ball rolls dead on about the 2-yard line. This is almost an instant replay of a few years ago when we played Shadyside at home. Won us the ball game, putting it dead on the 1-yard line. We end up scoring off of it. Great punt.
Rob Trigg comes up with a big hit.
And here they try to go in the flat area, and Rob comes up. The ball's thrown a little bit high, but you can't make the interception. That's the kind of hit you want to deliver on the offensive receiver. Makes him think a little bit the next time he goes to catch the football. Great play by Rob.
Will Weddle makes a nice catch for the first down.
Yeah, great concentration here. Go to Will in the flat. Ball's deflected, and he maintains his eye contact with the ball and makes a great catch.
Denny Knowlton puts some nice pressure on the quarterback.
Now, this is what you need to do against a team that likes to throw the ball, put pressure. That's the best defense against the pass, and here Denny did a fine job here getting pressure on their quarterback.
Kress finds Lazier again, this time for the score.
Yeah, here off of a play-action pass, Joe does a nice job setting up, laying the ball out. Keith hauls it in and gives us a score to bring us within a couple points of tying the ball game.
Seminoles pick up the 2-point conversion to tie the game.
Little we know all conversions are important, but how big this one would be. Here Joe runs the option to the right side and scoots on in the end zone for the 2-point conversion, which ties the game.
Rob Trigg comes up with another big hit.
Yeah, another fine defensive play by Rob here. He's right on the spot and jars the ball loose with a nice tackle.
Shoemaker carries for 15 yards.
This is the same play that Luke gained most of his yardage last year. Here he gets the power handoff and breaks it back to the inside and picks up nice yardage.
Chad Yo makes a big play on defense.
Again, this is the kind of defensive pressure we needed more of. Chad does a fine job getting in and sacking their quarterback for a loss.
Eric Kramer comes up the first of 4 Seminole interceptions.
Here they try to go deep, and Eric's right there on the spot. makes a nice interception. I think if he had another step, he could have had a real nice return to go with that.
Seminoles team up on a nice sack.
Here, Brad Lewis rolls to his left. He's got a lot of pressure in there by Dimmerling, Scott. There's a lot of people around the ball.
Seminoles pick up nice yardage on a 2nd and 20 situation.
We tried this play earlier, and here we're more successful this time. We dump the ball off to Luke, and it does a nice piece of running right here, maneuvering, and we get very close to the first down.
Dustin Robinson has a nice carry to set up our 3rd score.
There's an inside trap here to Dustin. We get some good blocking up front, and Dustin takes it down to set that score up on about the 1-yard line.
The Seminoles regain the lead.
And here we'll go off tackle again with Luke Shoemaker. He takes it on in the end zone for a touchdown.
Coach, this next play turns out to be the difference in the scoring.
Now, this is a big defensive play right here, and if you'll watch, in the middle of your screen, in the middle of the line, Will Weddle will come through, stick his hand up, and the ball will be deflected. We'll take one more look at that just to make sure that you can see exactly what happened there. Again, if you watch closely, you'll see Joe Kress on this side dive, and it appears as he blocks the kick. But if you watch in the middle of your screen, number 34, Will Weddle, will jump up and deflect the ball, and that makes the difference in the ball game.
Tonight's guest, Rob Trigg, comes up to yet another big play.
Here's another example of how Rob's learned to play that flat coverage real good. Pressure there by Chad Yoho, and Rob picks one off, and that's what we needed right at that time.
Dustin Robinson comes up with a fine interception.
Yeah, another big defensive play here. They try to bootleg to their right, and he throws the ball a little bit high, and Dustin's right there to make the interception.
Joe Kress seals things with Seminoles' 4th interception.
Another fine defensive secondary play here. Joe steps right in front as a free safety should, and picks off would be our 4th interception, and that's exactly what we needed at that time.
We'll be back with a special guest interviewer who will talk with Coach and get the lowdown on this week's opponent, the Tulsa Rebels.
At West 78 Auto Sales, we'll take anything on trade. Well, almost anything. If you're looking for a used car to fit your budget, West 78 Auto can fix you right up. Stop by and ask Dale about our financing. You buy here, you pay here. And on your way to or from the car lot, why not have a bite to eat at Hometown Restaurant, where home cooking is just like Grandma used to make. The mashed potatoes are real, the gravy doesn't come from a jar, and the homemade soup simmers to perfection. West 78 Auto and Hometown Restaurant in Woodsfield. Most of us don't spend a lot of time thinking about septic service until we really need it. Sparky Septic Service is there when you need them with liquid waste removal, septic tank cleaning, or portable toilets. Sparky serves Eastern Ohio and the Northern Panhandle. When you need portable toilets for special events, call them at 472-0525. Remember their motto, in our business, a flush beats a full house. Westcourt Hair Fashions, new in name but the same in advanced high-tech hair care products and services. Westcourt is staffed with 10 highly qualified technicians to serve their clients' different needs. Products sold only in the finest salons include Nexus, Paul Mitchell, Mercado, each with a money-back guarantee. To keep that healthy look all year round, 2 Wolf tanning beds along with the best tanning and skincare products. Call 472-5350 today to get a new you at a new name, Westcourt Hair Fashions.
Hi, I'm Susan Sarcosta, and I'm attending The Ohio State University, and my major is communications, and at this time Lance has given me the opportunity to be able to interview my dad. At this time, Dad, can you tell us a little bit about the Tulsa Rebels, since our community doesn't know much about this team?
Well, first of all, Tulsa is located a long ways from here. In fact, it's located right on the West Virginia-Kentucky border, and I understand it's going to probably take them about 5 hours to make the trip up here. In fact, one of the people at the school told me that you could look out the front of the school, look across the river into Kentucky. So they've got quite a trip ahead of them. They had the third game open. We had the third game open. We were able to get together. It's a one-year deal. They're coming up here. There won't be any return game next year down there, so we'll have to look to somebody to fill that spot next year. But we're looking forward to playing this new opponent. It's a consolidation of two small schools, such as we have at Monroe Central. There was a school by the name of Fort Gay and a school by the name of Crum that went together 7 years ago to become the Tulsa Rebels. Their colors are orange and blue, and they're a AA school, and we're looking forward to Friday night.
Last week you had to prepare for for Shadyside's run and shoot offense. What have you done in preparation for this week's game?
Well, last week's preparation for Shadyside was very difficult because they're the type of football team, as you saw last week, that'll spread you all over the field. They throw the football. They went with a no-huddle offense, and so we had a lot of preparation as far as our secondary was concerned, try to get a pass rush and defense against the pass, even though they did have a run that we had to be concerned about. This week we'll have to prepare a lot differently, and that preparation will come in trying to prepare against stopping the run, because Tulsa's a team that in their first 3 games have not put the ball up in the air a lot. They run the football, and so we'll have to take a look at stopping their run to be successful.
Could you educate the Seminole fans about the key players that they should keep their eye on during the game?
Some people to watch in Tulsa's offense. Number 1 will be their quarterback, number 15, Mike Dillon. He's 6 foot, 175 pounds, and he can do a lot of things with the football, and we're concerned about his running ability right now. That doesn't mean he can't throw the ball, but he likes to run the football. He'll run a little option, he'll run a little keep, he'll run a little quarterback trap keep, and so we have to be able to stop him. Another player in their offensive scheme of things is their fullback, number 81, Jay Sullivan. He's 6'2", 215. They even lined him up in an end position last week and threw the ball with him. So we'll have to keep our eyes on him. Their tailback is an extremely fine runner, number 32, Jim Pertee, 6 foot, 190. He's got great speed and he runs real hard. In fact, if we're going to be successful defensively this week against the run against Tulsa, we're going to have to do a lot of wrapping up when we make contact. We can't arm tackle, we can't bounce off, or we're going to have problems. They have 2 big defense or offensive ends. They don't throw the ball a lot, but when they do, we'll have to be concerned because they're both real big players. 6'7", 220, Charlie Sturgill, number 39, will line up at the left end, and Jimmy Boone, 6'5", 200 pounds, number 85, will line up at the right end. So we can't disregard their offensive ends, and they've got a real sound, solid, big offensive front to open up the holes for these guys and their quarterback and their tailback.
Now that you've focused on the offensive line, what could you tell us about the defense of Tulsa?
Well, defensively, they're also big, and they're pretty sound defensively, and they haven't given up very many points. In fact, they've averaged 30 points on offense. They've only given up 17 points on defense. So, we're going to have to do the job offensively. I feel our offensive line has improved somewhat in the last couple ball games, so we're hoping that'll continue and we'll be able to open up some holes. They'll give us a 50 front look, they'll give us a 40 front look, they'll give us a 6 front look. So in fact, at times they'll even give us a combination 50-40 look, 50 look on one side and a 40 look on the other side. So we'll have to be on our toes in order to get the job done Friday night.
Well, at this time, I'd wish you good luck, Dad. And I also wish the football team good luck. You guys really deserve it. You've had 2 good games so far, and hopefully we'll come out with another victory. Coming up will be Lance LaFollette with a little wrap-up.
You already know that Woodsfield Ashland has 100% pure gasoline along with kerosene and diesel fuel. And you know about Kirk's homemade ice cream available in more than 27 flavors. And about their great pizza. Call ahead at 472-1745 to order your pizza to eat before or after the game. But did you know that Ashland's the place for fantastic hamburgers cooked in just 45 seconds? Now that's fast food. And for dessert, top it off with Southern shaved ice in lots of flavors. For ice cream, pizza, hamburgers, or Southern snow, go to the Ashland right now. They're open till 11:30 Monday through Saturday until 10 on Sunday. Woodsfield Nursing and Rehabilitation Center is proud to announce expanded inpatient and outpatient therapy services, including physical, occupational, respiratory, and speech-language therapy. Working with the patient's personal physicians, the center's nurses and licensed therapists carefully assess each individual to tailor design their therapy needs. To celebrate the grand opening, the community is invited to attend an open house, Tuesday, September 26th from 5:30 to 7:30. Guests will enjoy demonstrations and light refreshments and will have the opportunity to ask questions and tour treatment areas. Join us September 26th at the Woodsfield Nursing and Rehabilitation Center.
We're back with Coach's Corner. Fine job, Susan.
Thanks a lot.
Appreciate you coming on.
I really appreciate for this Coach's Corner to ask me to come here and give a little segment with my dad.
Well, hopefully down the road we'll have you back some more. Coach, I was curious as to the Tulsa Rebels. What are they? How are they standing now, record-wise?
Well, they opened up the season with a win in the first 2 weeks. They defeated Chapmanville the first week, 33-7. They came back in the second week and defeated Buffalo Wayne 35-21. This last week they had a 2-touchdown lead against Mount Hope, and they ended up losing a close game 22-20. So they've scored a lot of points. In the last 2 games they've allowed them a little more points than they did in the first game. Right now they're, as we mentioned earlier, averaging 30 points offensively and giving up only 17. So they've started out real strong for the 1995 campaign.
I know studying the film is always a big part of what we do in preparing for teams, and in this situation we probably had to use film. Did we discover any weaknesses or anything the fans might be able to look for that could possibly make a difference in the game?
Well, I didn't see a lot of weaknesses, Lance. I saw some strengths that concern me, and that is, as I mentioned earlier, their running game will have to definitely do a good job against the running game, because that's what they like to do. Shut it down first and try to force them to pass. Maybe if they do throw the ball, that may give us problems too, but we definitely have to shut down the running game. We're hoping that we can find the right keys offensively to move the ball on their defense and, again, try to ball control the football on offense.
Okay, well, if we can get any kind of excitement the way we had last week, should be a great ball game again.
One thing I'm concerned about, and I haven't been pleased at all with in our first 2 ball games, is our defense overall. We've been allowing entirely too many points. In fact, we've given up more points in the first couple games than we usually do in about a half a season, in some cases an entire season. So we need to get a little bit stingier on defense and shut down the opponents defensively. That doesn't mean we don't want to continue scoring on offense. We do. But if we can cut down what we're giving up defensively and continue to perform and get better offensively, then I think we have that winning combination.
I think I once heard the best offense is a good defense. That's been true over the years for your programs. I know that. Well, as usual, there's a lot of things going on this week. Prior to the game, down behind Joe's and Chris's, we're selling sausage sandwiches, the sideliners are. There are chances on the game ball through the football moms. Sideliners run a 50-50 raffle. There's an Afghan that's being raffled off also by the football moms. Just a whole slew of activities going on. We could name several others. So get out there early, get your seat, and we hope to see all of you rooting the Seminoles on tomorrow night. Susan, thanks again for coming on. Hopefully we'll see you again in the near future. Coach, wish you luck this week.
Thanks, Lance.